All right, so happy post-Thanksgiving. It is 9:50 in the morning. I had a session this morning with an athlete who's pretty super, or some athletes that are pretty super dedicated, so forced me to get kind of back in routine pretty quick. But Thanksgiving was fantastic, and I hope that you all had a great Thanksgiving. I know for many that it was very different this year, including myself, but was able to get around family and friends and talk to all my family. So it was fantastic. But anyway, quick update on kind of what I want this thing to be about, or at least this time frame in my life to be about. I'm just going to think of this as kind of more of a vlog style kind of thing. So sometimes there will be good information in terms of tips and tricks and things to do physically, or handle situations emotionally or whatever. But I think for now I want to focus on kind of the immediate goals that I have in terms of training, and then how that kind of fits into the rest of my life. So when I first started doing videos, I didn't really have any idea kind of where I wanted the format to be for every video, or what I wanted to do, or how I wanted to do, or what I wanted to talk about, because I don't really prep a lot of stuff. I just kind of say, I think this is important, this is enough, I feel like I have something to say that's worthwhile, let's just go with that. So for the next, this is Friday, November 27th, and so day after Thanksgiving. And from this point forward until the end of March, marathon is scheduled March 27th. I want to chronicle at least maybe once or twice a week. And maybe it's just that I haven't even decided what I'm gonna do here yet, and at the recording of this video, I haven't even put out my first video yet. So, or uploaded it to YouTube yet. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna try to do all my running sessions or talk through a couple of workouts during the week and put that together in one big video, and then just put it out there. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I don't know. I may change my mind. I may do shorter videos. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But in the meantime, let's just go through the last couple days and talk about, again, what I wanna do with this kind of vlog project kind of thing. So the only thing that I can say I got the inspiration of is just from inside. I don't know necessarily why I'm doing this, but I feel like I'm supposed to. So I'm just kind of going out there and just doing it. And then we'll let whatever happens from there. So as I was saying before, from this point forward until end of March, I'm training for a marathon. I've never even ran a turkey trot. Like, I've never ran a 5K up until this year, up until the start of this. So going from that to marathon would be crazy to some people, but I think it's the only way that I get kind of fired up for it. I think anything else, I think that I could just get up, and because of how often I train, I think I could just get up off the couch and kind of run it. Even if it would be painful or very, very slow, I could probably finish it, maybe walking, running, or whatever. So to chronicle that, it's not just as simple as, it's not like I'm not going to be doing anything else but training for the marathon. So I still lift forward 3 to 5 times a week through kind of HIIT conditioning, and circuit training and weight training, and then still stretching a couple times a week. I manage a business, so I'm here. It's Friday morning. So doing that, growing a business in a pandemic. If you're in the fitness industry, you have an idea of what this is like right now. So every week is a little bit, there's threats of another closing, closure for, quarantine or closure for gyms right now. So they're threatening that again. And then trying to grow that and still accomplish other things at the same time is quite a bit of a challenge, but life is full of challenges. People have it harder than us. People have it harder than me. So suck it up, don't whine, don't complain, and figure out a way to get it done. So we're moving forward. So training for the marathon for me is just a super personal challenge because I put it on the list of things that I would never do. And I think doing this challenge or thinking about this challenge or kind of tackling this for me has been very fun and it's put me in a different headspace on the running. So for instance, this week, Monday, and I had COVID probably 3 or 4, Halloween for a week. And then, so this is probably just a couple weeks back into training. And through that process of not really eating very much and kind of resting for, 5 days and then trying to get back into it, of things I noticed how quickly that extra conditioning or how depleted I was for those couple weeks. So Monday, we did, with my training partner, I did, what did I do? No, actually, I didn't even train with him on Monday. Did a circuit conditioning workout, and then later on in the afternoon, went and did a leg day, lots of volume, lots of heavy sets, lots of supersets, probably 4 different exercises and 4 different exercises for each quads or anterior, and then 4 for posterior, and supersets through that whole thing, lots of volume, and my legs were completely compromised going into Tuesday. Tuesday's session was just one session. So on Tuesdays, we do our interval running. So for that day particularly, we're at 5.5 miles of doing interval running. So it was a 2-mile warm-up, and then 3 800-meter runs, and then a 2-mile cool down. Well, on this day, we tried to switch it up a little bit, decided to switch it up. So what we did was 2-mile run as the warm-up, and then immediately 3-minute rest, and then we went into a workout named EVA. And it's an interval workout where you have an 800-meter run, 30 kettlebell swings, American style, meaning all the way overhead, and then 30 pull-ups. And you do those rounds consecutively, right? So crush those, and then right after that, another 2 to 3 minute rest, and go immediately into the 2-mile run. The goal of the 2-mile run on both the beginning and the end, one is to get more mileage, and so the body can handle more of those stresses, but also it allows us to see how much our conditioning dips off from one thing to the next. So you're fresh, you go warm up. I think my beginning 2-mile was 1809. Yeah, no, 1807. 1807, so just a little over a 9-minute mile pace. And then the 800s in the workout, and you're doing them fast and you're coming in, no break, going right to the kettlebell swings, going right to the pull-ups, then immediately heading back outside. And then the last 2-mile was 13 seconds slower than the beginning one, even after all that work. So good kind of test there. Didn't really fall off very much for that. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, another 2 sessions of working out. So morning session was some sort of conditioning piece. And then afternoon session was a push-pull kind of bodybuilding style workout. So I did pull-ups on Tuesday, so I had kind of vertical pulling, so I did a lot of horizontal pulling and pushing, some bench press, some dips, some things like that. A lot of volume again. And then Thursday morning, being Thanksgiving, so I've eaten really kind of maintenance calories, anticipating how much I'm gonna eat on Thanksgiving and not really feel like it's gonna hinder my training or anything. So I ran, did my longer run on Thursday instead of Saturday. So right now, in the course of training for this marathon, we actually haven't started the training program in terms of the actual training volume and increasing. All we've done is just work up to getting used to running mileage. So 9 miles is what I ran on Thursday. I'm still sore from Monday. I tried to warm up, stretched my quads, stretched everything, ran a couple warm-up laps, came back in, stretched again. It was a colder day yesterday, so it's probably in the 40s or 50s in that time. Did the 9-mile run, was super just depleted. After that, took a shower, and then went over, fried some turkeys, right? And then ate a tremendous amount of Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll throw up some pictures or something in here. to show some of the meals that I ate, because it was several meals. And then after that, here we are today. Today's gonna be a little bit lighter. I'm gonna do a conditioning piece with some of my friends here in just a moment. And then after that, I'm gonna go do some recovery work and some Normatec, cryo, and the sauna, and stretch out and get ready. Because Saturday, which is tomorrow, will be another 7-mile run. And again, it's just to accumulate volume as we get ready. Probably closer towards first or second week of December, we'll actually start the training program. So the whole reason why I'm continuing to lift and train for the marathon, and only really, and the whole thing is we're only gonna run. I'm not the only one running the marathon. My friends, Jacob and Casey, are also running the marathon with me, and they are, so we're on the same kind of cycle in terms of training. We're trying to, specifically for me, and I believe Jacob is the same way, but I'm trying to maintain as much of my size and muscle and strength and overall conditioning, even through this process. So therefore, I don't really back off my sessions very much, which makes it quite difficult from a volume standpoint. And I know that's going to change. So I'm kind of excited to talk about these changes as we go. But currently right now, I think I got on the scale, and it was after all day I was 227, 228. And so I want to stay around or hover around the 230 area, but also be about less than 14% body fat. So somewhere between 12 and 14. I think that's where my performance is the best, and where I can be as lean as possible, but also not compromise my conditioning or not be really, really fatigued. Because there's just a level where you can probably walk around and be a lot leaner, but I can't perform as well. So we always talk about having the show and the go. And so that's kind of part of it. So during this process, I'll also log my body fat results. We have a great body scanner here through Fit3D. You stand on some plates, it's a 3D image, and then tells us how many inches on every single area, how big your arms are, neck, etc. And that way you can tell how much, where you've lost your last bit of inches. I have comparison charts from a year ago, or when we first got it, or a couple years ago. And so it's really cool to see how much progress you've made over this time to this time. Lots of our members use it here at the gym. But we'll go through all that stuff, and I'll give you some different things and some different insights on that. But so challenging the marathon goal, and I've kind of looked at times and said, okay, what's a good time for a marathon? And it seems to me that under 4 hours is a respectable time for a marathon. And when I looked at that, I need to average less than 9 minutes a mile. So right now, end of November, start of December, January, February, March, December, January, February. Okay. Got 4 months to really, really nail that time down. So I would like, by marathon time, by the time of the course of that marathon, I can average 8 minutes or close to 8 minutes, or a little less than 8 minutes, because I want to crush that marathon in less than 4 hours. So that's the goal, being still 230 and being able to do all that stuff. So still being able to lift maximally and maintain as much strength as possible during that time. So it's quite a task, because I think the hard part is how much that the lifting can affect my runs, as I'm already experiencing right now, and understanding how much training volume do I need to do to maintain how strong, and then also at the same time not compromise my running. So it's so much more stretching than I ever imagined, because I'm sore all the time, and it's hard. So, but I think this will be fun to kind of go through and see what's possible, and see how these things and these scenarios kind of shape my training. And then we'll kind of give you some insights on maybe what supplementation, if any, that I'm doing, how I manage the longer runs, my experience with shoes, and just all those little nuances that you never really think about until you're kind of going through this process. But super excited. So we're going to call this just the marathon vlog or something like that. But anyway, episodes will be listed. We'll go through this process together. You'll see, hopefully, hopefully that you'll see crappy videos, and then they'll kind of get better as I learn to edit them and have my friends help me edit them and all that good stuff. So that's the update this morning. And then I'm gonna train here. My partner should be probably around here in about 30 minutes, and then get ready to rock and roll, stretch, cryo, sauna, Normatec, recover, eat some more pie, eat some more stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey, everything. And then do it all again, run on Saturday. We'll talk about that. And then go through the rest of the week of the training and do all that fun stuff. So hopefully, if you like this information, like it, subscribe to it, send it to your friends, and maybe we can just kind of join this journey together. If you have questions about running, I'd be happy to answer them. I'm gonna know some of them. Also, I'm not gonna know very many of them. But the cool thing is, we're gonna go through this process together. And there's my training partners, fortunately, know a lot more about running than I do. So they're the ones that are kind of coaching me through this process. And so it'll be good. So other than that, that's as far as I've gotten to this point in figuring out kind of what I want to do with this. So happy Thanksgiving once again for all of you out there. And yeah, let's make the best of the rest of this year and go into 2021 as best as we can.